see a match with that for you tonight in your offense?
What's it doing? Honestly, I just went out there and tried my best to help my team. I mean, that's really what I do every single night. And, it's being aggressive. They told me that I need to be aggressive in this series, and I try to, start out fast for us.
The bounce pass that you threw, can you each take us through that play or that sequence just from your vantage points?
For me, man, I'm not fast at all, and he is. So I've been trying to do a better job of just getting the ball, advancing the ball, and pushing our pace up a little bit more with the advance pass. And we did a good job. Something we talk about as far as rebounding the basketball, we did a great job of that. And he's running, man. You got to reward him. He's a great finisher, and he makes the right plays. So just try to keep him going.
That was a pretty unique type of pass. It looked like you put top spin on it and it kicked forward. I mean, is that a pass that you practice?
Man, I appreciate that so much, man. It feels good. I just tried to get the ball there however I could, man. He was running so fast, and we had an opportunity to capitalize on the transition. We do a really good job of getting stops and getting rebounding and pushing the ball in transition when we got opportunities. We got to take advantage of them, and that was one of those cases.
How pleased were you with your efficiency tonight as a point guard?
Just try to make the right plays, man. It's not all about scoring. It's about doing the little things and making the right plays. And when you got a guy like Tyrese who got it going, you got to make sure that, he gets shots. And, I was trying to be aggressive. They was helping. He was knocking down shots. And then for him, getting to the paint. But I think it was a great game just, for individually, for some guys and then for a team. Things that we talked about this past week, rebounding the basketball, not turning the basketball over, giving them opportunities. I think we did a good job of that tonight.
I know you talked about being aggressive. You want to come out here and be aggressive, but that third quarter, man, you like really explode. 21.7 for 8 shooting. You had the crowd chanting, Maxey. I mean, what was just going through your mind in that third quarter?
Yeah, they went on a run. And basketball is a game of runs, of course. So we just tried to rally the run, weather that storm. And I just tried to be aggressive as I possibly could. They had to help because, his ISO game is pretty good and Joel's ISO game is pretty good. So they have to help. So every time I'm getting passes, they're in rotation. And because they're in rotation and because, just working on the shot, shooting the ball well, they're flying. So it's either a shot or it's a drive and to make a decision for myself or somebody else.
James, you've had a number of quarters in your own career where you've just gone off the post. When you're watching that happen, what is going through your mind? Is it a surreal experience watching your teammate do it?
I saw growth, man. I saw, from being up and down, not really having consistent minutes last year in the postseason to, starting and having a huge role on the championship contender team. He just was calm out there. He took his shots when they were open. He took his attacks when they were available, and he just made the right play, man, which he does. Since I've been here, I saw that. So tonight was no different. He took his shots, and he was just ultra confident, and that's what we're going to need going forward.
Obviously, in a lot of these playoffs here, you still have to continue to make adjustments. You won by 20 today. Where you as a veteran, tells the team that, game 2 might be a little different. So.
A lot different. We got to start preparing for game 2 now. That was a good win for us, but we'll watch some film, and we got to just continue to get better. I think it's about us. I think about the things that our coaches preach every single practice in this past week. We got to make sure we overly stay locked in on those things, and then just continue to play well. That's the most important thing.
I know you're probably still processing. There's a lot left to do in this series. But what are you going to remember about the way that the crowd embraced you tonight in Game 1?
Honestly, we appreciate it. I appreciate it. But I think the only thing I'm going to remember is us winning. And that's all that matters at this point. And now it's in my rearview mirror. It's time to look ahead to Game 2 and get focused and get prepared.
Tyrese's ability to catch and go and get in the hoop in just a split second. What does that bring to you guys, especially when there's so much attention paid towards you and Joel?
Man, it helps. He's like the perfect player, man. We create two defenders, sometimes 3, and as I get to my spots, and what we talk about, we work on it in practice. But just as I'm getting to my spots where I'm trying to get downhill, and his man helps. It's a quick swing, no hesitation, and he has a shot, and he's smart enough to know, all right, if you don't have a shot, he put the ball on the ground and he gets into the paint, and then something good is going to happen. So, he's tremendous in that role, and tonight was a great night. But like you said, it's one game, and we gotta start gearing up for game 2.
And I know you said before the series that you don't feel a lot of pressure about having to prove anything. But what was your mood like coming into the game? Was it a little nervousness? Was it usual playoff nerves? Was it a calm?
I've been in the playoffs 13 years, man. So I'm just.
You old, yeah. Sorry.
So I just wanted to play well. I wanted to individually just make sure I'm doing the right things and necessary for our team to win. And, tonight I feel like individually I had an okay game, but, that's what you got a great team for. And so just trying to be solid on both ends of the ball. And I think, we did that tonight.
James, you were traded here. You've been somewhat of a mentor to Tyrese Maxey. How much has he grown in the time that you've been? I mean, no, I'm asking you since you worked with him. So
Tyrese is great, man. He has a game, right? And he works his butt off. I try to help him when I need to, but he listens. We got great coaches. We got other great leaders, and he gets it, man. He understands it. He put the work in, and great things happen for you. And tonight, was a testament to that. So, I don't really need to tell him too much.
James, for you, a broader question. You've been doing this a long time, but just over the years, how have you developed your court vision to be able to deliver the types of passes that you're able to now?
Just, seeing so many different defenses and first being a shooting guard and a point guard and having to make decisions on the fly and things like that, it just come over time. It come with experience, So one of the things that I'm grateful for in this league is to be able to go out here and learn and continue to get better in year 13, to continue to still grow, continue to still learn from Tyrese and the rest of our team, and just continue to get better, man. This is a long journey for us. Tonight was a good start.
Thanks, guys. You've been maybe Tyrese's biggest supporter all season. How did it feel for you to see him have this kind of performance over the playoffs?
It's great. Like I've been saying, we're gonna need everybody. So I'm happy that he played so well tonight. He's been doing that all season. So it's only one game, so we need to do it, 3 more times.
One of the big questions was, what's James going to be like in this playoff run? How satisfying was it to see him be so efficient and effective tonight?
I thought it was fine. I thought he could still be better. I don't think we've seen, really what he can do. But he was comfortable tonight. Made the right plays, found guys. Went to the line a couple times, even though they weren't calling obvious fouls. For him, but it was good to see him aggressive.
The attention you and both he get from them really helped, I guess. What was the key for you guys to be so efficient and have so few turnovers on this?
It starts really with me. Just not getting frustrated and kind of inviting the double teams and triple teams that they kept saying on me all night. Just trying to make the right play, whatever is going to, get us the win. And I said it, having played against them for so long, especially the same coach, I kind of know, how they think and how they want to play, especially defensively. So I think it's all about me just, keep making the right plays over and over and over. And I thought tonight it's pretty good. Happy about. That's probably the first time I ever went with 0 turnovers against Toronto, which I gotta do that a lot more.
You talked about having everybody contribute. How did it feel to go to the bench and have that group not only keep it even, but even extend the lead in those minutes?
It was good. Obviously, in the past, it's always been an issue, but like I said, it's only one game. They're gonna adjust. We're gonna adjust too. So never know what's gonna happen, next game. But it's good for the confidence of everybody.
What did you make of Paul Reed today? What did you make of Paul Reed? Just for looking for you in this play today.
Paul Reed, he plays with a lot of energy. Obviously, defensively, he's active. He's going to get steals. He's going to block shots. Offensively, he plays, he's going to rebound the ball, set screens, and, he knows his role. Finish easy baskets. I mean, that's really all we need from him.
You and James have played 14 games together at this point. Does that make every game that you play together more important because it hasn't been like 2 or 3 or 4 seasons that you played together?
I don't understand the question, but I mean, it doesn't matter how many games we played. I think, it's just about us, keep playing the way we played all season and tonight, try to, do whatever it takes to win games.
How did you work together to make that chemistry work with James? Did you find yourself talking with each other at practice and learning how the tendency and how you could maximize your talent?
It was easy. I came in here and I loved the acquisition and I was happy about it. So I think it was natural. Obviously, we talked a lot, and we talk a lot. We're very close, the team as a whole, actually. But it was easy on the court. When you got a guy like that with high basketball IQ, he's gonna get everybody easy shots. All I really got to do is screen and roll or pop, and I trust him to make the right plays.
What was the key to limiting their offensive rebounds tonight and their transition opportunities? Because that had been a big thing in the regular season.
Box out and point of emphasis for me, other than being a great teammate and making plays for others, is also to rebound the ball offensively and defensively. That's an area in the past that have always killed us, whether it's transition or, offensive rebounding. I thought tonight we did a pretty good job, and, I'm sure they're going to come even harder next game, so we got to be prepared.
Can you talk about Maxey's maturity as a player in the last year, how much he's grown, especially what he did tonight?
He's been great. I've said it so many times. He works hard, so it's no surprise to me that he's able to, play at this level and being able to contribute.
I know it's a much different Toronto team than the team you played in 2019, and you've gotten older and more mature. But how are you a different player than you were the last time you played in the playoffs?
I'm healthier. That's first of all. More mature in a way where there's not a lot of things that can frustrate me in the past. Used to get really frustrated by double teams. Nowadays it's like, well, if that's what you want to do, I'm gonna, find other ways to, make sure that, I make the right plays offensively. So I think, I don't know. I think I've gotten better over the years offensively too. My game, when we played them was, much different than it is today.
How would you describe Tobias's progression from the time that James first joined the team up until playing the way that he did tonight?
Man, it's been great. He's accepted his role. He knows what we need him to do, and he's thriving in it. He's doing a great job, offensively and defensively, really.
Becoming a father, has it made you a better player, like being able to be more, talk about maturity? Has it changed something to you as a player?
Yeah, I've said it so many times. It definitely helped. That's really one of the reasons why I've been playing at such a high level. But happy. Yeah.
Thanks. Tyrese game.
It's pretty spectacular, really. Honestly, that third quarter, the stretch that he had, the shots that he was making, the confidence, it was just all coming together. I mean, even from the beginning of the game, he had it going. But he in that third quarter stretch where we had a couple of possessions early on where we didn't really get what we wanted, once we got the ball in his hands, he just got to it, made his looks, and just had it rolling. So hats off to him because he played a heck of a game tonight.
We talked earlier this week about the importance of rebounding and transition defense for you guys to kind of dominate in both of those categories. Just how were you able to do that, and how much of a factor do you feel like that was tonight?
Well, it was a focus for us in all the days of practice that we had. We knew that that's the type of team that they are, scrappy. Tall team that has a lot of wings that can go get rebounds. So, we've been drilling it all day at practice, and when we got out there today, that was our emphasis from early in the game, is we had to match their physicality, and even be more physical than them. So I thought early on we were able to do that, get enough stops to get the rebounds and get out. But I thought first half we did a great job of not turning the basketball over, and that was a huge reason why we were able to get the looks that we wanted, and just to really play, not giving them opportunities to get out and get points in transition on their end. So that helped us out a lot.
Drill that in practice, like specifically kind of work on those things.
Well, we had I guess 4 days. 2 of the days we were out there pretty much, at the point where we wanted to kill each other. So, it was unbelievable. Like, we was fighting in the group text after the practice. So, it was like one of those things. But, it was competitive, and we needed that, right? And it was like the first time since pretty much training camp, with the way the season has been, that we were able to put that type of work. And so it was just two teams really pushing each other, of doing that and making that an emphasis. And tonight we kind of just came out and took all that energy out on them. And that's what we have to do for game 2 and the games going forward.
Speaking of game 2, I know you guys were able to get an easy one tonight, but I guess now the prep for game 2 now does begin. Like, what do you kind of tell the team just as a veteran, be like, yo, you got to be ready for adjustments and things like that?
Yeah, well, it wasn't an easy one. Every game in the playoffs is going to be, hard for a battle, and this series is going to be that same way. And they're a team that is going to make an adjustment, and that's what the playoffs is about. It's basically chess, where each you play a game, you go back to the drawing board, figure out what you didn't do well, what you do better. But for us, we got to stay level. We got to stay really balanced during this time to understand that we got to figure out ways to grow and figure out spots in the game where we had our success and what was clicking for us and what we can stay with and continue to do. So we'll obviously evaluate that tomorrow. But this is a great win for us. First playoff game on our home court to protect our house, and we got to do the same next game.
At the beginning of the game, the offense was really initiated by Joel and James at the top of the key, and then it got mixed up way more. How important is it that the team can switch from both ways?
Yeah, it's important just to have the overall balance of the group, but really just figuring out where we were successful, and sometimes it was figuring out different matchups out there, and being able to put guys in positions to make shots. James did a good job of just getting in the paint and kicking it out, and we did a great job of just making those looks. They're a team that helps a lot, so we know the paint is going to be open for us. So those type of looks and reads are key versus a team like that.
Talk about yourself a little bit at this point in your career. How good does it feel to get it going the way that you did early and in a game 1 situation?
It feels great. For me, everything feels well. Health-wise, I'm all good. But just to get out there and get in a rhythm and have that confidence, throughout this whole season, after the All-Star break, just finding my rhythm, shooting the 3-ball, and then coming out and using that to my advantage tonight, it just opens up the whole floor for myself and team. So just continue to find ways to get in the rhythm and the flow of the game and take the opportunities that are there for me. But yeah, it was a great game to come into game 1, myself, the group, and we just had to be at our best again in game 2.
You've been credited with the togetherness of the team all season long, whether it's behind the scenes or on the court. So as a leader, how much pride do you feel when you look at the stat sheet and see those contributions from top to bottom?
Oh, it's awesome. It's a whole group effort. But being, it's my 11th year. I've been in the playoffs before. I've seen tonight the group. Everybody was laser focused, and I had to bring a little bit of like joking around attitude to loosen up the group a little bit. Like, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna play, we're gonna have some fun as a group, and I think in the layup lines and before the game, just being balanced all throughout is key because it's our job. We take this real serious. But at the end of the day, as a group, we're at our best when we're relaxed and free, and be able to just go out there and have some fun. I thought early in the game we had that vibe to our group, and that was key for us.
How conscious are you of the pressure on James and Joel to deliver throughout this entire playoff run? How much do you play a part in one to alleviate a lot of that pressure?
I mean, there's always pressure, but in reality, it's just pressure from the outside. Every player, has an idea of who they want to be and how well they want to be on the floor. So, that's all kind of mental of how they approach it, But you guys build up the pressure. That's why the game is where it's at now. Like the popularity of it. But at the end of the day, those two guys, James, Joel, every player, reality, but them two specifically, they put work in, and they're superstars in this league for that reason, right? And they want to be great, they want to win, and they do all the things to show that. And I mean, the both of them, put endless hours in the gym, preparation on their bodies. Just look at Joel, the season that he's had. I mean, I don't think that he really buys into outside pressure. I think in reality, he has a standard for how he wants to play and the level that he wants to be at, that he strives for. So, I mean, you guys could build up whatever else narrative it is, but for them, at the end of the day, for any player, even myself, like we have a stature of what we want to get accomplished.
It's been a few games now that they've played together, James and Joel. How do you think they fit of each other, and what kind of evolution have you seen since they started playing together?
I mean, it's a good fit. I mean, both of them have really found ways to play off one another on the floor. You see it in the pick and roll. Both guys demand a full court game plan of a coverage. I mean, when you get a ball to Joel, teams are loading up and trying to stop his drive or his dominance as a big man. And with James, he's seeing double teams as well. So I think the both of them have just done a great job of figuring out ways that they can pick apart a defense throughout the season, the games that they have played together for sure.
Thank you.